Welcome to Needham School Spotlight. I'm Dan Gutekanst, Superintendent of Schools. I'm fortunate today to be joined by a few young men and women who are new to Needham and actually recent immigrants to the United States. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Christina Yang, Andre Malesh, Lucas Martins, Afshin Hamza, Carl Sigurdsson. Thank you for being here. It's great to have you. We have some middle school students here, 7th and 8th graders, and a 9th grader from the high school, and Christina, you're a junior. Yeah. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Well, I have to tell you that ever since I've come to Needham, one of the things that I've been very excited about, and I think this is shared by the community has been fortunate to become much more diverse. We have students who are arriving from many different countries and practically every continent on the face of the earth arriving to Needham. And when students arrive here, and if their first language is not English, we try to support them as best we can. Fortunately, we have amazing students and their families like you, and so I thought today we'd learn a little bit about each one of you and have you share your story about how you happened to arrive in Needham and some of the things you're learning and some of the things that you're bringing to the community. So maybe, Andre, I'm going to start with you, and maybe have each one of you take a turn. Andre, where does your family originate, and when did you come to Needham?
We originated in Ukraine. Me and my mom moved here around a year ago.
About a year ago, and you've been here. And you, what languages do you speak?
Ukrainian, Russian, and English now.
And is the English fairly new, or have you studied English for a long time?
Fairly new.
Fairly new. Well, your English, as I've come to learn about you, is pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Well, welcome. Christina, tell us where your family comes from and when did you arrive in Needham?
Yeah, my family came from China, and I've been here for like about two years. Yeah.
And what languages do you speak?
I speak Mandarin.
Mandarin, and you speak English?
Yeah, also
well.
English. Thank you.
And was your English something you studied in China, or?
Yeah, we began to learn English when I was like first grade. Yeah. Yeah.
In school, all through the grades?
Yeah, and I went to an international school in China when I was 7th grade. Yeah.
So you've been exposed to a lot of different languages
yes.
and opportunities. Good for you. Carl, how about you? Where's your family originate?
We originated from Iceland, but we moved to California about 4 years ago, and I didn't know any English, and then I came to Needham, and everybody was so welcome to. I felt welcome here. So
great.
Yeah.
Great. So your English is also pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you speak also besides English?
Icelandic.
Icelandic. Yeah. All right. Which I think would be with all these languages a challenge for me. Afshin, you have your family originates from where?
From Syria.
And from Syria, you arrived in Needham when?
In January.
January. A year ago?
Yeah, a year ago.
Excellent. And I think, Afshin, when you and I were talking, you told me that you spent some time
in Turkey.
In Turkey.
Yeah, like 4 years.
4 years in a transition in Turkey until you could come to the United States.
Yes.
Well, welcome. And which languages do you speak?
I speak 4 languages. I speak Arabic, Kurdish, Turkish, and English.
Wow. And your English is quite good.
Thank you.
Well. Lucas.
Yeah.
You originate from?
Brazil.
And when did you come to Needham?
I came on 2016 September, so I'm kind of 2 years here.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
And how was your English? Did you study English in Brazil?
On our school we learned like some words, some music and stuff. But actually when I came here, the only thing that I was saying is just words, but nothing more. So it was like a difficult, and I feel welcome about when I got here because everybody was helping me on my English and everything.
Well, I want to say to all of you, in case I forget in this conversation, that I'm amazed at how good your English is, and it's something that I think you should be really proud of. What besides Portuguese? You're Portuguese and English.
Yes.
You're speaking, right? Any other languages there right now?
Well, I tried one time to speak Spanish because it's kind of close to Portuguese and Spanish. They're really close to each other. So I kind of try sometimes, and it sounds like Spanish. So I could say I speak some words in Spanish.
Some words in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Are you taking Spanish at
No,
Pollard?
I didn't take any
Not yet.
Spanish yet.
Okay. Well, I just what I wanted to share with the community is that the Needham community has really become so much more diverse and rich because of your presence and because your families are here and you are contributing to the community and to the schools. I wonder if you could tell me what that was like moving into Needham. What did you have Christina, when you first came in? Were you anxious? Were you welcomed? How did that transition work for you?
I remember the first day I came here, like the students are really kind to me. Like there are two girls invited me to sit with them during the lunch. And I was really like, yeah, I feel like really welcomed by them.
Right,
Yeah.
to come all the way over from China and not know anyone.
Yeah,
You
like
felt
I don't know
welcome.
anybody, like first I came here. Yeah. And the teachers and students are really kind to me.
Good.
Yeah.
Carl, how about you? When you first you had a little of opportunity in California
Yeah.
to work on your English, but still to come all the way across the country to a new state. What was that like for you?
I mean, it was not as hard because like the whole neighborhood like came to say hi to us. They're like to greet us and to like, I don't know, help us like know like, yeah, like help us just fit in.
To fit in and understand the neighborhood and
Yeah.
and what's what. Avshim, how about for you? When you came about a year ago now,
Yeah.
what was that like? That must have been quite a trip from Turkey to Needham.
Yeah.
How did that transition work for you?
It was like scary for me. I was like so nervous to meet everybody, and I was like excited. When I came to schools, like I was like so nervous, like what I'm gonna talk. I don't know how to talk English. So everybody was so nice to me. So that was good for me, and I learned English.
You learned English. Well, all of you, by the way, have learned English on your own with the support of your family, but you've also had some great teachers, some of our English language learning teachers, but also your classroom teachers have all assisted you, and your guidance counselors and principals, I'm sure, who've really helped you get to this point where, quite frankly, I think you're pretty amazing. Andre, how about for you? When you came over from the Ukraine, what was that experience like for you?
I was a little nervous, but I met new friends here. It was great.
And
At first.
were you welcomed right away, or did that take some time to fit in?
Yeah, it was great.
Good. Lucas, how about you? Lucas, I have a feeling that you're pretty social.
I am.
You are. So how did that work out for you when you first came
I
to
mean,
Pollard?
When I first came to the Pollard, I didn't speak any English, of course, but I was just making words by myself. So I was thinking words in Portuguese to make in English to see if people understand. So I just talk with people, like saying like words that doesn't match. Like I was just saying like hello and everything. And I have some awesome teachers that help me in English too. And I have a lot of friends too that help me. And I have like a lot of friends around me, which I speak English. We speak with everything, with like happiness and everything. So kind. I'm like that person that wants to make friends. I'm friendly. I don't want to. When I make someone bad, like feeling bad or everything, I just want to make sure that she's not mad with me or doesn't want to be mad with me. So I'm really social. I want to talk to people. I talk too much, sometimes loud. And
You like to make people feel good.
I
You're welcome.
I really
Good.
want to make them feel good so they can be happy with me and be friends with me.
Good. Now, in transitioning to Needham from your old school, I'm curious to know what are some of the differences from your school and the classroom and the teachers you had to Needham? I'm sure you all have something that's different. Afshin, what's different about school in Needham than was in Turkey or Syria?
It was like so much different between like Turkey and like school and American school. It's totally different because like in Turkey schools, like if you don't do your homework, you can't go back to school. So it's like this is really bad thing. And
So if you show up one morning and you have not done your homework,
you can't go.
you can't come in.
No. So.
But
this
I
is
have a
different.
feeling you're someone who does her homework.
Yeah.
You do your
Yeah,
homework.
of course I did.
Okay. And what are some other differences?
So in here on lunch we go to like go downstairs and school parlor because like all the table. But in Turkey, it's like it's different. You can was like wherever you want to go, you can go eat your lunch. So that's different, I think.
Okay. Now, Andre, how about for you? What's different between
Had a-
Ukrainian school and Needham?
I think we had a very different system. We had from 1st to 12th grade, you're in the same exact class with the same exact students for all the classes except for PE.
In the same room?
In the same room as well.
From grade 1 through grade 12?
Yes.
Wow. And how did you like that?
It was, I guess, interesting. You learn like everybody in the class and get to know your teacher way more.
And now I bet you're learning and making a lot of friends, meeting a lot of different people. Do you think that is an opportunity, staying with the same group of students all of that time, to really learn about people deeply, or to learn the subject really deeply, or is it good to mix it up? What now would you? Which do you prefer now that you've had experience in both countries?
I think it would be better like to mix it up more. It's nice to learn, but I mean, more people you see.
Right. Christina, how about for you? What was a change for you coming from China?
So the system is quite different from the public school in China and in America. But like, we have the same system in the international school I went to. Yeah, we have like the different classes we go to, and then we have American teachers teach there. So we learn like many English in international school. But like, I think the main difference is the food. Yeah, we serve Chinese food in international school, but like we have American food in here. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the food. What we think about the food? Is it good? Is it bad? But before we get to that, so how about for you, Carl? What's a difference between your experience in Iceland and here?
I mean, not a lot of people helped me with my English in California. Right here, I mean, like, I get help when I've been here in the country for like 4 years, but I did get help like when I was just like moved here. So it was really difficult for me. Like, it made it really like more challenging for me to learn English there than here.
What was your last grade in Iceland?
I was 8 years old, so like third
grade or so.
second, yeah.
Okay. And how about you, Lucas? What's the difference between?
Well, they're like really different. I mean, here on the schools in the United States, you go on like on the teacher's class. In Brazil, you just stay in the same class, and the teachers comes to your class. Everybody have their own class.
Sounds similar to Andre almost. Yeah.
And we don't have lockers. We put our bags on the chair or on the class, inside of the class, and stuff. And here we have the electives. We don't have really the electives. The arts, PE, and other stuff. They're really classes that we do every day. And here we have the advisory, for example. We don't have advisory. When the school starts, we go already to our classes and start doing all this stuff.
Now, each one of you, I'm glad you brought up advisory, each one of you participates in homeroom or advisory, and that sounds like a different experience than your home country. What do you find positive about advisory when you have advisory? Carl, is that a good opportunity to get to know other students, or what happens for you?
I mean, in advisory, it's a good way to start the day because, if you go right to class when you just wake up, you don't get, you really are tired in advisory, but you get a sense of waking up in advisory, so it just helps me get my day started.
Get the day started. Yeah. Good. One of the things I'm curious about is how your families are feeling supported and growing in Needham themselves. Now, which one of you, maybe with your hands, has a brother or sister in the school system? Okay, the three of you do. Okay, Andre, no, and Christina, you're.
My younger brother went to a private school, and my older brother goes to college. So,
he's in college.
Yeah,
okay.
He's in college.
So what have your parents, what has your family, have they been able to find themselves around Needham you know, you're getting support in the classroom with your teachers who are doing amazing work with you. What about your families? How are they? Are you helping your families, or are they all set? How does that work, Andre? How does that work for?
Yeah, I always help around the room, the house, laundry, and yeah.
What about with finding, you know, with your mom finding her way around Needham in Boston? Is that working out for her, or is there extra help for her, or do you help her with that in the language?
I'm usually her GPS.
With GPS, that's how she's getting around. And how about translating?
Yeah, she speaks English pretty well. She learned it in Ukraine.
Okay, all right. How about for you, Lucas?
Well-
How is your family? How are they settling in Needham?
Yeah, when we got here, my dad have his cousin that lives here, so he helped with us in English habitude because he's here like 16 years, and so he helped us a lot. But actually, when on Brazil, my dad, he went to London like 4 times already, so he learns like a lot of English there, because he was supposed to learn English or he's gonna do any work there. So when we got here, he helped us, and he's helping my mom now. They both have having classes of English now. They use more GPS, like he said. They just use GPS every time. And when they got here for the first time, we just using Translate and everything. Translate was our hero here.
Speaking into the phone and
Yeah, speaking the phone
right.
was just translating everything.
We didn't have all those things 20 years ago.
I know, it
we
was so
didn't-
difficult, I think.
It's all new. Azfin, how is your family? How are they settling in Needham?
They're good, but my dad's like in trouble a little bit. He's like, he really don't know how to speak English. So, but he's still working in Reebok.
Okay.
So it's like he learned in Reebok.
He's learning while
Yeah.
he's working at Reebok. He must be learning around the dinner table though too, from you and your brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my mom worked with in Temple Shalom. She's pretty good, I think. She's like learned from kids. So, and my little brother helped my mom.
And your little brother's in kindergarten, and he's
Yeah.
helping your mom with
Yeah.
the language. Well, that's what
Yeah.
that's good. That's what
Yeah.
little brothers should do. What if you can think about this, an experience you've had in Needham or in the United States? What's something that's been frustrating for you? Has anyone had an experience that was just frustrating? Maybe when you first arrived, Lucas.
When there's no get.
When there's what?
When you start snowing here. I thought it was like something really cool and like to play, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed it, but it's so cold. It's something that because Brazil's place like so hot, or like our winter is like 30 Celsius. I don't really know in Fahrenheit because I just work Celsius there, but it's like so hot every time. But when you got here, it was so cold.
So you had to adjust. You had to adjust to the climate.
Yeah, we were just like almost all the time only on our houses, doesn't get out and everything.
What else? What else did we find interesting or even frustrating about coming to the United States or Needham?
Making friends.
Yeah,
Sid,
friends.
what was frustrating about that, Carl?
I mean, it was not really. The whole neighborhood like welcomed me, but when I went to school, it was totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that I was a new kid, and the new kid is I feel like it's the most awful position to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you don't know anybody, you're super nervous, and I don't know. I guess I'm shy. I consider myself shy.
Okay.
So I thought that was really hard.
Yeah, well, he says it's true because you're like a new person. No one knows you and no one's going to understand you. So you need to try your best so you can have friends. And like I'm like almost 3 years here, and I just have Kenny. That's my friend. He's like from Haiti, and he's on school, and he's like my friend. We just are like always joking and everything. But actually making friends that's from school all the time is like really hard. But it's cool because when you make them, they're friendly. They're
They're your friends, and they're your friends for life.
Great for life.
So I'm curious to know, what activities are you involved in Needham? Well, Christina, you're involved in all these classes.
Yeah.
Are you involved in any other activities outside of the classroom?
So I'm the current co-president of International Club.
That's
in Needham
appropriate.
Yeah, so we're like learning different culture around the world, and we are trying to make new students like who came from other countries feel like better to or like to fit in this community. Like we try to help them to like learn more about Needham or like America like that.
That's
Yeah.
great. Andre, how about you?
Currently in tennis and computer science, like general.
So do you work down in the Da Vinci lab with Mr. Batra at all, or
Yeah, and programming and robotics club.
programming in the robotics club? Excellent. And some tennis.
Mhm.
Good, good. Now, Carl, I think you just went on a ski trip. Is
Yeah.
that true? What else are you involved in,
I mean,
or would like to be involved in?
see, I'm gonna be involved in like February, springish, and soccer, and because there's a waiting list and you have to sign up like in spring, and we didn't know that, so we had to wait all like this time, and now the time has come for me to go to soccer. So.
Okay. So we'll be involved in
Yeah.
soccer and skiing and all that.
Yeah.
Ashfim, how about you?
I like to do art and sing, so these are my favorite. And also I volunteers like to my teacher. It's like different teacher. It's not in Pollard. It's like I help them to like help kids to draw or paint. So I'm happy to do that. So I
So
think
you're a bit of an artist. Now, I understand from your principal that there was a talent show at
Yeah.
Pollard recently. You've only been in the country for almost a year, and you were in the talent show. What did you do in the talent show?
I sing Girl on Fire.
You sang Girl on Fire in
Yes.
front of the whole crowd.
Yes, I did.
That's pretty remarkable
Yeah.
to
It was
be here.
awesome.
To be here less than a year, not speaking English, and then just singing Girl on Fire.
Yeah.
You would not want me on the stage singing Girl on Fire, I'll tell you that much. Lucas, how about you? What would you like to be involved in?
Well, I am involved in one sport. It's soccer. You know that Brazil is the place of the soccer because Brazil.
I've heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, the best player of all the world, the king of soccer, it's Brazilian, and we always love soccer. We always want to play soccer. If you go to Brazil, you're gonna see every single kid just playing soccer and everything. So when we got here, we were just looking for soccer, and we find one that's really close to us, like 5 minutes from my home. So it's awesome. So I play soccer there, and do like a lot of fun stuff there.
You know, before I forget, and when we conclude in a few minutes, I'm going to ask each one of you in your home language to say, I look forward to seeing you again. So I'll ask each one of you to do that, but not right this moment. So just I'm going to put that in your head. So that will be a nice way to sign off to the crowd. And Ashfim, you can choose which language you would like to do that in. You know, as I think that one of the things that is so powerful about the Needham community is that we have amazing young people like you who are in our classes, and you are contributing by welcoming other students who are coming from international, from other countries. I appreciate and I'm excited that you're doing that, Christina. And that's what we need to do. We need to do more of welcoming different students and different people into our country and into our school system. So I'm just thrilled that we're having this conversation and letting the community know that there are so many smart, intelligent, good-looking, and really energetic young people who are making Needham a great place to live and to learn and to work. So I know that there's a whole conversation going on out there in the United States about immigration and immigration reform. And that's a little different than the conversation we're having here. I know that I'm thrilled that we have so many different people from different countries. You mentioned your friend Kenny from Haiti coming into the United States and to Needham. So I think that's wonderful. A question I have for you, though, in just the couple minutes that we have, I'm the superintendent of schools. I'm in charge of schools in Needham. What would you tell me that I need to do to help students who are coming to us from different countries or even different parts of the United States to make them feel more welcomed? What are some things that I can do, that we can do to be more welcoming?
Well, to be honest, I think you need to change nothing. The school is awesome. They help us with so much things that I think you have to change nothing. Because Pollard it's like an awesome place to us. You know, we're learning English like now for 1 or 2 years because of Pollard. So I think we can't change anything.
Okay. Is there anything that we could change or anything that you would offer advice to me?
Okay, you can maybe tell the people snow days earlier.
Oh, snow days. You'll let people know if there's
Yeah.
going to be a snow day
Yeah.
earlier. Oh, okay. That's a different topic, Carl. I don't want to get into snow days in this conversation. Christina, do you have any advice, especially as you're meeting with these students from different countries?
I think you should change nothing because the teachers and the student here are really nice to us. Like teachers always provide helps after school, so like I always go to my math teachers and get help from them. Yeah, so that's
Ms.
really
Feem,
good.
anything that you would offer? Any advice from me?
Maybe help them with the language
More people helping
yeah.
with the language.
or make them happy.
Okay. Well, we will try to do that. I think I appreciate that you like and you feel supported in the Needham schools. I think that's important. I think it's important for the Needham community and for the United States to embrace immigrants, to embrace new languages, embrace new people who bring a different perspective and new talents to strengthen our country and to strengthen our schools. So I'm thrilled that you're part of the Needham community and that you're part of the United States. So I asked you if maybe we'll do this again, and maybe could I ask each one of you in your language that you choose to say, I look forward to seeing you again? How about if we end the program on that note?
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so Lucas, in Portuguese.
Vai ser prazer ver você again, de novo.
Ashvim?
Shalom, this Abdurrahman.
Carl?
Shamstia.
Christina?
我们下期再见。
And Andre?
Я хочу тебе бачити ще.
And I look forward to seeing you in classes and having another conversation again. Thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.